So guys, we've got a bit of a problem. People are doing the same calculations and coming up with different answers. What? This is maths, that can't be right, surely. Well, let me explain. First, I'll give you a few seconds to try this one yourself. I can guarantee that some people will think the answer is 9, and some people will think the answer is 7. So, who's correct? Well, technically you both are, but obviously in maths you can't have a situation where people are doing the same calculation and getting different answers, so we have to agree on a way to tackle these types of calculations. And that's where a thing called BODMAS comes into play. You may have seen this written as BIDMAS, or perhaps if you're American, PEMDAS, but it's all the same thing. BODMAS is an acronym that stands for brackets, orders, divide or multiply, addition or subtraction. So you have to look at your calculation and do it in this order. So first you look through, are there any brackets? If so, do those first. Are there any orders? By the way, orders are things like powers, so perhaps 2 to the power of 3 or x to the power of y, etc. Next, you notice divide or multiply are in a group together, because there's no particular order of importance when you have divide and multiply. And in fact, if you have a situation where you've just got divide and multiply, you should do that from left to right. The same goes for addition or subtraction. There's no order of importance, and again, if you have a situation where you've just got addition or subtraction, you can do that from left to right. So let's go back to our first example, but this time we'll use BODMAS to calculate the answer. So, are there any brackets? Nope. Are there any orders? Nope. Is there a divide or multiplication? Yes, you've got 2 times 3, so let's do the 2 times 3 part first. So that will be 6, so then you're left with 1 plus 6 equals 7. So well done to those of you who got the answer as 7. Let's have a look at another example. So 1 plus 2, all in brackets, times 3 equals something. So let's consult BODMAS. So we've got B for brackets first. Yes, there is a set of brackets here, so we have to do the stuff inside the brackets first. So that would be 1 plus 2 is 3, so then you'd end up with 3 times 3, and the answer would be 9. So I think we're getting the hang of this now, so let's have a look at a slightly more difficult example. So all in brackets, 8 minus 30 divided by 5 plus 2, all of that times 3 equals something. So let's consult BODMAS again. So B for brackets, yep, there are brackets in this calculation, so let's do the stuff inside the brackets first. So 8 minus 30 divided by 5 plus 2, here we actually have to consult BODMAS again because we've got a mixture of different operators here. So let's look at BODMAS, so brackets no, orders no, divide and multiply, yep, so we've got to do the division first here. So let's do the divide part first. So we've got 30 divided by 5, that would be 6. So then you'd be left with 8 minus 6 plus 2 in the brackets. So we're still dealing with the stuff inside the brackets now, we haven't quite finished that yet. So here, now this is where you need to be a bit careful. You might be tempted to think, I have to do the addition here before the subtraction. But remember what I said earlier, when you've got a situation where you've just got addition and subtraction together, you must do that from left to right. So you do 8 minus 6 is 2, plus 2 equals 4, so then you'll end up with 4 times 3, and the answer will be 12. I've heard some teachers and tutors say, if in doubt, just put it into your calculator and you'll get the right answer. But unfortunately, you can't do that, because believe it or not, some calculators don't use BODMAS. And I'll demonstrate this now. So this is the built-in calculator in Windows, so let's put in our original example. So 1 plus 2 times 3 equals, oh no, it gives us the answer 9, which is the answer that we said was not correct. Now if we change the style of the calculator to a scientific calculator, which is basically just a fancier calculator with more functions in it, let's do the same thing again. 1 plus 2 times 3 equals 7, which is the more accepted answer, which is a more mathematically correct answer. So basically, don't just trust your calculator. When you're doing these types of calculations, just always use BODMAS, because BODMAS is the accepted thing to do in mathematics. And then you should be fine.